my funeral. Everyone's saying such nice things about me, but good thing is I'm not dead yet and I can hear them all. Well, at certain points in life, things feel uncertain. It kind of feels like you're at the ocean and you've walked out into the waves as far as you can touch. And you're at the point where if you take one more step, your feet will leave the familiar feel of the sand. And with that one step, your fate will no longer be controlled by your stance on the safe sand, but whether you stay afloat or if you're swept away is now determined by the waves of the huge ocean and your ability to ride them. Sometimes in life, we come to this point where if we want to progress any farther, we must take a risk and step beyond ourselves and what we can control. We can't control the events of our lives any more than we can control the waves of the ocean. But that shouldn't stop us from taking a step into the unknown, a step beyond our own strength and abilities. And I think graduation is one of these points. I don't fully know what's ahead, but I know that it's out of my control. And whatever it is, I'm going to ride it. As I look back on the steps that I've taken, and the steps that I'm going to take, I'm just impressed by I have not gotten here by my own strength, by my own might or my power. You know, I've had a part. I had to make the decision to take that step. But without God's control of the waves and the preparation my family, friends, and education have given me, I would have drowned. Zechariah 4:6 says, "Not by might nor power, but by my spirit, says the Lord of hosts." You know, I would have thought today that I would be talking about my accomplishments. But instead, I want to talk about my insufficiency, how I can't take the ocean alone. And secondly, the preparation that I have had to meet the waves. First of all, you know, I've realized that on my own, the only thing I can achieve is being insufficient. I cannot make a step beyond myself without having help. I don't have it all myself. I know it's kind of surprising. It was for me too at first. But I've realized that I'm not the smartest. I'm not the most athletic, not the prettiest, not the most talented. I don't have it all. But I found some reasons why it's okay. For one, we weren't made to be successful on our own. But we were each given different gifts so that we could work together. What I don't have, you may have. The second reason is a very freeing truth, one that I have to remind myself daily. Okay, got your pencils, pens out? It goes like this. It's not about me. I don't have to know everything because it's not about me. I don't have to be the smartest, the prettiest, etc. because it's not about me. Everything can be going wrong, and I just remember this. An amazing thing happens. I can be happy again because I realize I don't have to slave over trying to make everything go my way. There's a much bigger picture. I'm just one person among billions of people. This Earth is just one dot in the galaxy, and this galaxy is just one dot in the midst of all the many galaxies. I'm very small. What value are the small talents I possess? All that I can be on my own is insufficient. But ironically, it's then when we realize our insignificance that God uses us the most significantly. At one point in my life, I was sort of pleased with myself, thinking, you know, I'm a pretty good person. I haven't really done anything that bad in my life. I'm pretty nice most of the time, and I try to do things for other people. But then God began to show me what a mess I was. I began to see my motives and who I was underneath. I saw that probably 95% of the time I was thinking about myself. Even when I was being nice to others, it was really just for me, so that they would be nice back to me, so that they would think well of me. One time, I was having a time of prayer, and I was just going to pray for my family and friends, but I didn't really feel like it, and I got myself thinking, what good will this do for me? And then I was shocked that I would think that. And then I realized, you know, I'm nothing. I can't even love people on my own. And then I told God, I'm nothing. I can do nothing that matters on my own. My best is scum. I'm a mess. It was then that he said, good, now I can use you. It reminds me of that part in C.S. Lewis's book, Prince Caspian. Caspian is brought before Aslan, and Aslan says, welcome, Prince. Do you feel yourself sufficient to take up the kingship of Narnia? Caspian replies, I don't think I do, sir. I'm only a kid. Aslan says, good. If you had felt yourself sufficient, it would have been proof that you were not. And I think that God says the same thing to us. He doesn't need our confidence. He doesn't need our talents. He just asks for our heart. And when he has our hearts, he can use the gifts that he's given to us. Psalms 33:13-19 says, "The Lord looks from heaven. He sees all the sons of men. From the place of his dwelling he looks on all the inhabitants of the earth. He fashions their hearts individually. He considers all their works. No king is saved by the multitude of an army. A mighty man is not delivered by great strength. A horse is a vain hope for safety. Neither shall it deliver any by its great strength. Behold, the eye of the Lord is on those who fear him, on those who hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine." So when I'm there at the tip of the ocean, knowing that one more step and my power won't reach that far, I can step out, because I know it's not about my sufficiency. It's about my willingness, and I can trust that God won't make the waves too big for me to handle.